right, Santa Barbara High School scored over 30 points in 6 games last year. Despite quarterback Brett Pace now at Stanford, 2 of their receivers catching passes in college now. Don still feel they're going to put up points on the scoreboard. Don's beginning the year at Saugus. That's where our friends at the ASU Cronkite Sports Bureau were hanging out to get us these first half highlights. Always appreciate that. Saugus on the move. Nathan Eldridge to Gary Boudrequez. And Boudrequez got the touchdown, early lead for Saugus. Now Jeremiah Nicholson's the new quarterback. He started at free safety last year. Got a good arm, too strong here, and it's picked off by Coleman Vanderhorst. Saugus on the move. Now, Santa Barbara, if you're going to go on the road and beat a good team like Saugus, you can't give them the ball back after you stop them, and that's what they do right there. And a good team like Saugus is going to make you pay for that mistake. That's exactly what they do. Eldridge to Jared Payne in the end zone. And tonight it was all about Saugus. Dons lose big out of the gate, 35-7. Dons are in Santa Maria to take on the Saints next Friday. San Marcos High School has a new varsity head coach in Jason Fow, who's very familiar with the Royals, having been a varsity defensive coordinator and the JV head coach the past several seasons. Royals beginning the year against Sandy Ynez. Always a lot of spirit out at San Marcos early on in the game. Sandy Ynez, Michael McCoy, the senior, downfield to Gabe Prendergast, his favorite target. That's a 35-yard gain. Same drive, McCoy hands it off to Greg Ferris. Ferris bounces it to the outside. And easy touchdown right there. 10-0 Sandy Ynez. San Marcos is Jacob Verriel, up from JV this year. Can't find a receiver, and he is sacked by Ben Schaefer for the Pirates. Yeah, there was a flag on that one as well. Sandy Ynez back on the move. McCoy fake and then launching a bomb, and there's Gabe Prendergast again. All alone, 55-yard touchdown, and it's 14-0 Sandy Ynez. Of course, San Marcos, we all knew they're going to be a work in progress, really stressing the fundamentals, but Jason Fow's not going to be happy about that. Bad snap, and Ashton Allen recovers the fumble, gets tackled, and this game is getting away from Fow and the Royals. Sandy Ynez, Michael McCoy. A lot of colleges looking at this guy. You can see why. A lot of composure here. That Jasper Cadlick, 15 yards, and it's another Pirate touchdown. And then McCoy, as the nighttime takes effect. How about this? We saw Austin Freeland all last year. There's his younger brother, Travis Freeland. Touchdown. All Sandy Ynez, they win 52-0. After the game, Norm Clevenger MVP was named. The award is named after the former Sandy Ynez and San Marcos principal who's battling cancer. And we look at the picture, it goes to Michael McCoy. There's the current Sandy Ynez principal, Mark Swanitz. Now, Norm was principal at Sandy Ynez for 9 years, principal at San Marcos for 3, played football, baseball, and wrestled in high school, coached all 3. He loved high school sports, watching his students compete, and he's presently battling pancreatic cancer. We sure pass along well wishes to Norm. I've seen him before on campus at San Marcos. He is a great guy.
We are rooting for him. Well, the Camarillo football team is coming off a historic run, growing 15-0 and having their season come to an end at the state championship game. Now, this season, the Scorpions have new challenges as they enter into a new league with a brand new cast.
Camarillo suffers their first loss in 16 games this year.
That stings. I've tried hard not to watch it. I got it in there once. It was painful, but I guess that's kind of what you got to do to get over it.
Camarillo's magical run and undefeated season came to an end at the CIF Division II AA State Championship Bowl when they fell to Del Oro 16-13. Despite the loss, the Scorpions made history, becoming the first team in the county to go 15-0, as well as setting county records for points and yards in a season.
It's kind of a big expectation to live up to.
And we've taken our time to enjoy it, which I think you really need to do. But this year now, it's 2016. And like I said, we've got new challenges. People are fighting for jobs. It's not as experienced a team as it was last year. We graduated a ton of really good players that were seniors.
Starting with the guys who did all the scoring. Quarterback Jake Constantine, wide receiver Frankie Tostado, and running back Isaiah Otis are all gone. Would you call this a rebuilding year?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know if there are rebuilding years in high school. You know, our systems don't really change any. We just plug in new people and expect those new people to produce.
Head coach Jack Willard also says they had to replace the entire defense, but there's some good news.
First off, we can kind of hang our hat on our offensive line. We return 4 or 5 really solid offensive linemen who played a lot last year.
So many people see the seniors as last year such as superstars, and I mean, they never saw us, so they don't know what's coming.
Running back Aaron Lamb is back, as well as backup quarterback Jake Moss, who played for Constantine in the semifinal playoff win over Bishop Diego. But he has some competition. Jonathan Hugo, a transfer from Carmel High School, is also fighting for the job. And there's a new guy on the team who's expected to contribute right away.
Could be a guy that we got off the basketball team. Jonah Cottrell has not played football at Camarillo before.
On top of the new roster, Camarillo is also entering into a new league. The Scorpions will now play in the Miramonte League.
For us, we played well enough for 2 years to earn the right to move up. And so, just like anybody else, we look forward to the new challenge with the new league with Oaks Christian, Westlake, and St. Bonaventure.
Camarillo starting the year off with their neighbor and rival and my alma mater, the Rio Mesa Spartans. Now Rio, there you go, is off to an explosive offense that they used last year to make the playoffs. So it was bound to be a battle, right? To Camarillo we go as the Scorpions face off against the Spartans. Well, we'll pick it up from the very beginning. Rio came out throwing. Check it out. Junior quarterback Austin Maciel finding Robert Guyona. And then Maciel again goes right back in the air, this time to Jacob Carbajal. Now, nice catch here, although he would be out of bounds. So the Spartans would settle for a field goal kick. The 35-yarder, no good. So the game is still scoreless. Cam's turn to try to get on the board for a starting quarterback for the Scorpions. Junior, that'd be Jake Moss. He had a rough start. That would get picked off by J.P. Arbon. So Rio in perfect position to score, right? Maciel going deep down the field to Mike Flores. Now that would bring them to the 4. So they hand it off to, check it out, this would be Dylan Rush, who would take it in for the touchdown. So Rio Mesa would take the lead 7-0. Still in the first. Cam looking to get that one back. Moss finds an open Sam. Check it out right here. Here he is. It's not Valentine, it's Ballantyne. Now, very next play, they give it to Mr. Aaron Lamb. Now, he was huge for the Scorpions last year. And give all the credit to the lineman right there. That's a huge hole. He goes in untouched for the score. Game tied at 7. Then in the second, Moss gives it to Colby Dowling, who would take it down the sidelines. He would also take a hit, but is still standing. So that would eventually lead to this. Moss, and this isn't a name that you hear on the football field, but very familiar in the basketball court. That'd be Jonah Cottrell. He is in for the touchdown. Now, that is his first game as a Scorpion on the football team. And the crowd just loving this one. It was a close one tonight, but in the end, Camarillo found a way to grab the W. They took down Rio Mesa 28-17. Camarillo is at Saugus next week, and Rio Mesa will be at Simi Valley. Well, one of the most recruited junior quarterbacks in the country was Newbury Park's Cameron Rising. Now, the Panthers brought their air show into Oxnard tonight to battle Pacifica. Now, Friday Football Focus reporter Travis Saffel was at the game, and he joins us live with the highlights. Hi, Trevor.
Hey, Senator. Well, Cameron Rising received 20 scholarship offers to powerhouse schools such as Alabama, Michigan, Oklahoma, and UCLA. Earlier this month, Oklahoma won the Rising sweepstakes. Last year as a sophomore, the soon-to-be Sooners, had 40 touchdown passes with just 1 interception. Pacifica looking to play spoiler to the start of Rising season's first drive of the game. The Panthers punting deep in their own zone, and that's Isaiah Pleasant blocking the punt, and Oscar Ochoa jumps on it for a touchdown. Who had blocked punt for the first score of the season? I bet you get good odds on that one. Next possession, Ryan Matlock gets the handoff, and he sheds 1 tackle before he hits pay dirt. Newbury Park takes a 7-6 lead. Pacifica's offense getting their first action of the season and making it look easy. Thomas Duckett gets the ball, and good luck catching that guy in the open field. 60 yards to the house, and the Tritons retake the lead. Back and forth we go. It's Ryan Matlock again. This kid was just eating up yards for breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. Rising not having to do too much in the first half. It's 14-13 Panthers. Then Pacifica in the red zone. Raul Sandoval throws it up and drops it in the hands of Daniel Moraga with the defender draped all over him. Now it's the Panthers, and here comes Cameron Rising. He rolls to his right and finds Andrew Noble, who takes it down to the 1. Then on 3rd and 1 from the 1, it's who else? Ryan Matlock. He gets his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. Newbury Park leads by 1 going into the second quarter. On we go. It's Cameron Rising dropping back, and he's going to take off and show some of the wheels. And here at the end, he's going to take a huge hit out of bounds. These both teams playing a lot after the whistle tonight. I counted at least 6 personal fouls, but he's a tough kid. He bounced right back up and then throws this, showing just why he was such a high recruit, with an even better catch by senior Marquise Evans. Newbury Park has a huge second half, and they go on to win by the final score of 65-44. The Panthers are home to Agoura next week for Pacifica. The Tritons will look for their first win at Moore Park. Live in the studio tonight, Trevor Saffel. Back to you guys.
How lucky are we to watch guys like Cameron Rising play?
I know. And you know, Trevor just talked about all those personal fouls. I'm taking it, this is a new rivalry.
Aye.
They don't like each other.
No, and Pacifica, I mean, hanging with Newbury Park in that offense,
I know,
they're going to be
I
good
agree.
this year, Pacifica.
So many great teams to start watching this season. I can't pick them all if I could.
And how about the basketball player, Camarillo?
I know. He got his
wearing
touchdown.
Frankie Tostado's jersey.
And they were there tonight.
Was it?
Him and
Yeah.
Elijah, yes, they were all there rooting him on. There was no Constantine because he's at Boise.
That's right. Couldn't make that. But hey, that's good. I like to see Frankie back on the sidelines.
Yeah, he's there. Well, we still have more highlights when we come back. We actually will take you over the grade.
Ooh, how exciting. Action from Ventura, Thousand Oaks, plus Oxnard with a tough week 0 chore, a date at Westlake. We'll see you after the break.